Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sharon and this is Embracing My Joy, and today I want to make a soup for you, another soup because it's soup season. I'm making today cream of mushroom soup. I am making it vegan style. You can make it vegetarian if you want to add cream to it, but I'm making it with oat milk. Extra creamy oat milk. So here I have one package of baby bellas already chopped, and I have a cup of water. So I know I'm jumping right into this. I'll probably talk as I get going. You've seen me use this before if you're a return viewer. This is vegan veggie broth, gluten-free veggie broth. So I'm just going to crumble this up in here. So it's been a crazy week. I'm recording this on a Saturday, and I am going to try to get this up on this Saturday. Sometimes it takes me a little while to just get things organized, and you live your life and then you try to kind of live another life on the side. So sometimes it takes me a little bit to get these videos up. But it is Saturday and it's snowing, and it's a really good soup day, so I figured I would get a pot going, and I might as well record it while I'm at it. So I'm just stirring this up. I'm going to let this dissolve a little bit. And this is going to be a really hearty, creamy, earthy, woodsy soup. It's going to be a nice, so I'm going to use half of a medium onion in this. It's snowing right now, so this is going to be a really good meal for today. And I'm thinking in my next video, which will also be done today, let's chop this up roughly. I'm thinking I'm going to make vegan mock cod cakes, and that will be a nice little balanced meal. So, I've been, as I said, it's been kind of a crazy week, and I think we're all experiencing a little bit of craziness right now. I'm just doing these really rough because I am going to blend this when it's done. I'm going to make this all nice and smooth when it's done, so I don't have to go crazy here. So I've been trying to, my go-to for comfort is comfort food. So I've been trying to incorporate some really hearty meals into my days, just to feel a little comfort. I mean, that's the word that I keep coming up with. Now, because I want this to be really woodsy, and so I'm an olive oil and vinegar fanatic, I'm going to add, I recently went on a little spree to a fancy olive oil store, and I really stocked up on a lot. But I have rosemary infused olive oil, and that's what I'm going to use today in this, because I think this is going to be delicious in this soup. And it smells delicious, and it's very, very fragrant. And that with the dried rosemary is going to be awesome. So I stocked up on some fancy olive oils, and I've been hooked on, I bought a mango infused vinegar, which is delicious, and salads, and just delicious. Now I say do whatever you got to do to make yourself feel good. as long as you're not hurting yourself in any way. So, we'll just let this simmer a little bit. Big stash up. Just gonna let these get nice and soft. My puppy just came over to visit. I might have to take a little break if he starts yelling at me. I have some fresh parsley here. He gets nervous when he hears the sizzle. You know, he always wants to come over and protect me. I'm not sure what that's about. I think in a past life he might have experienced something not so good with sizzles on the stove. He gets a little worked up sometimes when he hears it. So, lost my train of thought of what I was saying. Yeah, so, you know, I don't need to get political or anything like that, but you know, we've all been going through, I think we've been going through a lot of stress in this country, all over the world really. So, you know, I think we need to find things that will help us get through trying times, whatever it is. Whatever trying times they are, you know, even if there's not like a global panic, sometimes we just have times in our own lives where we just have to regroup. So, you know, in keeping with my theme of my blog, Embracing My Joy, I might get a little worked up in a second. I have been trying to find some strength through my spirit, you know, and I'm a very spiritual person, and I've been trying to figure out how I can open that up on this YouTube channel. And if you read my about section, you know, I love the law of attraction and energy and writing. You know, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm trying to find a way to get through this by being closer to God. And I've noticed that, you know, I've been having a hard time sleeping lately. So I'm just going to dump this in here. Just let this wilt a little bit. I'm having a hard time sleeping lately, so I decided to, I've simplified my life. I've been trying to keep it a little quieter. You know, I canceled a couple of subscriptions. I signed up, now I have Spotify, which I'm really enjoying, but a little bit less TV because I really don't need it. I canceled cable about 5 years ago, and I don't miss it, but I canceled a couple of other things, and now, you know, I might get 3 channels on my antenna, and that's fine with me. I'm not a big TV person, but, you know, I think just simplifying and going within, and, you know, I think a lot of times we look for peace outside of us, where I think if we just listen to our heart, go in and just find that peace within through God, and just block out all the noise, I think we'll have a better time dealing with things. And I'm finding that because I've noticed I've been reading a couple of Bible verses at night before I go to sleep, and past couple nights it's gotten me through. I finally got some sleep, and it feels good. Feels good to sleep. add this in. And what I also find is you can handle things a lot better if you can get a good night's sleep. So, you know, eating right, which I'm not perfect at. Eating right, getting sleep, only letting good things in, you know, trying to keep the nonsense out, the noise and the you know, I always say every morning, you know, of course you say thank you when you wake up, you know, really practice gratitude, say thank you. I say thank you when I wake up, and you know, I expect to have a good day. But my thing is I only allow light and love in, and that's been my goal every day. Just sometimes it's unavoidable that something is going to creep in, but you know, we do our best, and I think it's where our focus is. You know, energy goes where your focus flows, or energy flows where your focus goes. You know, it's just, it comes back. And I think we really have to focus on that. And I think if we all did that, and I keep looking out the window because it is really snowing up here. I think if we all did that, we could get through this together instead of fighting with each other. And that's my message for today. You know, I would really just love to see us just come together in peace while we get through this. Just, there's so much going on right now that if we just stood together, I think we could get through this. I think we could. But at the same time, we have to focus on ourselves, because if we're all in turmoil in ourselves, how can we spread peace if we're a mess? You know, I think we need to be strong, but peaceful at the same time. Okay, so back to the meal. All right, so I really want this to be a really earthy soup. So I'm adding today a little bit of this and a little bit of that. If you've watched me, you know I'm not great with measurements. I'm adding a little bit of sage. And some thyme. Now the thyme, this is a strong one, so just about a pinch of this will go a long way. And then, you know, you can always, I mean, I don't have to tell you this, you can always adjust it as you go along, but you know, it's better to add too little than it is to add too much, because you can always add more, but you can't take away. Now the rosemary, I'm going to add quite a bit of this, because this is going to be, for me, the dominant. So we got the rosemary infused olive oil and the dried rosemary. It's going to be delicious. A little bit of garlic powder. And so, as I said before, and a good dose of black pepper, because I like spice. As I said before, the oat milk, you know, if you wanted to make this vegan, I think oat milk is a good way to go, or rice milk. I wouldn't do almond milk. The oat milk has its own flavor, so that's going to be a really a bold ingredient in this soup, in my soup. If you used cream, which I'm happy to do, I'm not using that today. If you used cream, it would be a little milder. So, you know, just taking into consideration what kind of base you're using when you add your herbs and spices, and putting this in. So this is a cup of veggie broth. I'm just going to let this come up to a simmer, and then I'm going to add the water, and I'm going to let that simmer. I'm doing 1 cup of veggie broth to 3 cups of water, and I'm going to let that simmer for about 30 minutes, and then I'll add the oat milk later, probably about a cup of oat milk, and then let that cook through. and blend it all up, and it'll be beautiful. I'm looking forward to this today. So, rosemary on me. So I'm going to let this go for a little bit. Let me just get my water. I'm going to let this go for a little bit, and then I'll come back. And in the meantime, I want to start my cod cakes, and I'll film that. I'll record that while I'm doing it. So we'll get some good recordings going today. The cod cakes, mock cod cakes, you'll like it. There is a secret to give it that ocean fresh sea flavor, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised if you don't already know about this. And if you're a vegan, you probably know about it. Or if you're a vegetarian, you probably know about it. So I'm going to let this simmer, as I said, add my water, get it going, and then we'll come back and revisit. Okay, so the soup is ready, almost ready. The timer went off, and as you can see, it's, and I wish you could smell this. I mean, this is as earthy as you're ever going to get. Okay, now I do want to add a little splash of soy sauce to this, just a splash. Splash and a half. A splash and a half. Okay. I'm just going to add about a cup. And this is what I'm using. I think I might have shown you this before. This is Planet Extra Creamy. This is extra creamy. So we're going to get this going. I think I'm just going to add about a cup. And this is on the thick side. So this should be perfect. Actually, I'm going to add a little more than a cup. Cup and a half. And I'm just going to heat this through. Beautiful. And then I will blend it, and it'll be perfect. Okay, so I'm going to heat this through, get it nice and smooth for you, plate it up so you can see it. And it's going to be delicious, and I hope you try this. And I know that was a quick demonstration. But you know, and it just goes to show some of these hearty, really healthy meals, they're so quick and easy to make that there's no reason why. You know, takeout is fine every now and then. Going out to eat, I love it. But really, eating at home, trying to stay healthy, keeping it fresh, using really wholesome, good foods. That's the way to go. And if it's quick and easy, it gives you a little bit more motivation to get that going. So I don't know if you could see my cookies. Okay, honey. Okay, I will get this plated up and talk to you soon. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I just blended it, pureed it, or whatever you want to call it. And I gave it a little taste. And it is really, I mean, if you want earthy and woodsy and really want to feel like you're back to nature, make this soup. It's delicious. Now this would probably have been a little bit more thicker, if I had used regular cream. But, you know, you could always add, this is fine for me. It's delicious. You could always add, if you want to thicken something up, a little cornstarch or a little flour. If I don't have either, I mean, I don't eat, I have to do gluten-free, and I'm not really a baked goods person, so I very rarely have flour in the house unless I'm making something out of the ordinary. I left this, there's a little bit of chunkiness to it. It's not 100% smooth. I'm going to taste this in front of you. It even smells like the forest. It's delicious. I mean, the mushrooms and the rosemary, that combination, you can't beat it. And then the oat milk does give it a little bit of a different kind of flavor. It's just, try this recipe, you will love it. And it's perfect. See, I can't stop eating it. For a snowy day. And I'm dribbling. Try this soup. You'll love it. It's just mushrooms, onions, garlic powder, rosemary, thyme, sage. And those are the three things, the rosemary, the thyme, especially the rosemary, really gives this a nice flavor. A little bit of soy sauce just to give it a little kick. It's very subtle. It's just the perfect combination of herbs and spices, a lot of black pepper. Try it, you will love it. It's light and filling at the same time. And if you like mushrooms, the flavor is just phenomenal. Okay, I hope you enjoy this recipe. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of parsley on top, make it nice, and it'll be beautiful. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye now.